Well, folks, I showed up to help Jeff Scott with Lulubelle, the water pump, and when I showed up, Antonio's car is parked here. So, I guess he's inside because he didn't want to miss out. The young man left at like 1 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, onward and forward we go. We're going to start the water pump. Jeff has already done a lot. Because some of the stuff that he's started, I've already done videos on. So we're really trying to get it right down and direct to the water pump work. So I'm going to show you what he's already done, and you'll recognize it for the most part. I've already done a video on that, or I will shortly on a few other things. But let's go ahead and start this water pump replacement. I'm going to try to be detailed, so if you want to skip ahead, feel free to, but just keep in mind you may miss something that you may need to know while you're doing your water pump. So I'll try to keep this as short as possible. It might even end up being 2 parts. But we're going to go through it and do this water pump work and see what we can do on a Ford Edge with 330,000 miles. Here we go. Oh, there's Antonio. Holy cow. What time did you leave again to get here?
About 1:30.
Ah, you're a fool. Anyway. There's Jeff.
Hey.
Jeff is being supervised by Antonio. Is that what we're looking at? Hi, puppy. There you are. Yep. But anyway, as you can see, I've done a video on how to remove the motor mount, and Jeff has already got the motor mount out, and he's already taken the intake off, the upper plenum, and removed all that. He's already taken the battery tray out, battery and air box, which I've done videos on before, and we have exposed the transmission mount right here. And you're going to replace that, right, Jeff?
Yep, got a new one.
We got a new one to replace that, and get rid of that thing. And what else is it? That's about it. The battery's gone and everything. What we're going to try to do, and we're not going to gain a whole lot of room, but if you guys see this right here, that thing there, that is your thermal bypass valve for the transmission. Now our whole goal is to remove this bolt right here and then get this mount relaxed out of there, and then we're going to try to take this whole engine and slide it over to get as much real estate on this side as we can. So in our viewpoint, 1 inch is 1 inch. That's more than we had before, and that's really what we're aiming for. But the next thing we got to do, of course, is take off valve covers and coils and everything else and start popping them off. He's already got everything pre-loosened for the most part, except for here. We have to do all the bolts off. But just be aware that I've already done valve cover video also. So really our goal is to get this timing cover off. We're going to have the wheel off here, and we got to take this bad boy off of here. This is your harmonic balancer. That has to come off. So we have to get everything situated first by getting the upper part off so that we can expose these valves and cams, and we have cam tools for it, but we got to make sure we line everything up first before we really go too far. So once we get everything off of here, then we got to line all of them up. And Jeff has, what, you got phasers, right? Got new phasers, VCTs. Don't know which ones are the phasers. These are the phasers, I think. Really, what's going to happen is Lulubelle's going to get an entire front end engine rework. Okay, we have seals for everything. We have all the parts that are needed: sprockets, the chain, new gaskets, as you can see. Everything is here that we need, including the new water pump. brand spanking new. And we'll go ahead and get this taken care of and start breaking things free and recording what we're doing. So let's go ahead and start working on this job.
I'll have to be around. What? I mean, it can slide now a little bit. Is it going to be in the way? This is now loose. Will this slide back? Or do we could try to see if it'll slide.
Hmm? Wait, why is that black?
Oh, it's got 2 bolts down there.
Yeah. Is that what it's holes look like?
Yep. That's what it looks like.
I think I need all my mounts in place.
That might be. I think it goes the other way.
You know I still haven't fixed this issue yet?
Doesn't it? No, you're right. You're right. It's this way. It pulls up. Yeah. So there's still 2 down there. You have to use a wrench on those to get on. Yeah. Hope they're real long because you're running the motor. But will this be able to slide back now? We can try. If it's elongated and yeah. I mean, we ain't moving much. No, maybe don't take that off yet or now. All we got to do is figure out how we're gonna push it over. Yeah. You got it supported, right? Transmission supported, motor supported. I thought maybe just tug on these while somebody guides. But which phone may have to be nudged out of the way.
Is this a new phone I gave you?
You gave. There we go.
You want me to push it? I'll push it for you.
We're against it. Yeah. That's it. Okay, it did give us more though.
I'll push it for you.
It did give us about an inch. It did.
Nice. Push it out the car, but
so that's an inch more than what we had.
Alrighty, by moving it, we gain a little bit more room up front and to the side here. So an inch is an inch, and that's what we're going to take, right? So that's where we're at, and we have it moved all the way up against the thermal bypass valve up there against the yeah, right there. You can see that down there. We got it right up against the frame. So the only way we could get more room is if we remove that, but that's not what we're going to do. We unhooked the main bolt right here and just slid it over, and it slid pretty easy with the floor jacks. We're pulling on the floor jacks here, and I was pushing on this side of the engine, and she slid over pretty slick. So that gave us a little more room. So now we're going to go ahead. We have to take the valve covers off and the coils and everything else in order to really start getting this working. So let's go ahead and go from there. That way we can pre-align the timing marks here a little bit and make sure that we're somewhat where we need to be.
So what do you think? Valve covers now? Yeah, if we get these cams, you can see the timing marks on the cams up here. We'll be pretty close where we need to be then. Yeah, I mean, the links are colored, and there's a mark on the gear. So literally, you just got to make sure that's... But we have to make sure cams don't move either. So we got to put those locks in place before we start. Yeah, but what I'm saying is after we get this off, we can turn it through the bolt down there and get these lined up. And if these are lined up, then we're probably good down below. Sure. And that's why I pulled the plug, so there's no compression to deal with. It'll just should spin like a champ. So we'll just pull the. So these are all. I don't know if you want what you wanted to do and what you didn't. These are all loose.
Get the coils out. There you go. Last one. Now that we're done with that, we'll go ahead and start pulling the valve covers off. Let's see how pristine this engine is. What do you think? Is it going to be all yellowed with tarnish, or are we looking at clean metal?
Clean metal.
All right, let's go for it. Just getting off all the valves for the valve cover, then we have to do it for the back one, and then we pull this valve cover off. If we got them all. I think we got some more down here.
Yeah, they were loose and no, but it should be enough for the... Ow! I think we just have to pop this loose. What it is. What can we pry on? Came out a little further.
This one here has a stud down there. That was a trick to get to. Here, get it from this side. I'll have to get a wrench. I don't know if we get this in there. I'd say just come back from here.
This is so rigid because it's that line. Maybe before I had to put that on it. Get it?
No. Got it now, I think. There we go. Got her. There's a will, there's a way, right? Just got to make sure we got them all loose.
They all need to be all completely loose.
They are, but the problem is since they're captured, they kind of hang back in there, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to have to take these off, the covers off pretty square.
Yeah, they have to really wiggle to be loose. Like, see, once they wobble really good, then they're loose.
Okay.
They won't come out, but they got to be really loose, otherwise they're still in there.
You're doing good, thanks.
Yeah, they got to be really wobbly, and then you know they're out.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're still in the stud yet if they are pretty rigid. Yeah, there you go. That's how it has to be. They have to be wobbly like that. If they're not wobbly,
Not loose.
they're not loose. So that one's still in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to break that. Many have done it. Yeah, we got another one over here at this end yet. They have to be like completely loose, otherwise. Yeah, that one I just did my hands.
Okay.
That one's
Go on this corner? Or
yeah,
which
this
one?
corner right here, and then this one too. Yeah, see, that's how you want them, like that. You want them nice and wobbly. Then, see, yeah. Then you know they're out. Like that one's not out yet. Now it's out. That's out. That one's out. It should pop right off now.
There's top Dave.
Yeah, there we go. Just the gasket is sticking. There we go. All right. There we go. You got new gaskets anyway, right? Oh yeah. Look at how clean that is.
That must have been taken off for the last 2 days.
That one.
Bad. That's just, Antonio, that's clean as the baby's bottom.
Wow.
Antonio,
Plastic, you know.
look at this.
Mm.
Do you see any yellowing of any metal?
Ooh, look at that.
Look at those cam lobes. Do you see anything wrong with those cam lobes?
Oh my gosh, it's brand new.
What? Wait, this
And look
is
at
original?
these. Look at these phasers.
Oh,
This
wait.
ought to tell you what this inside of this edge is going to look like.
Wait, so that's the phaser?
Yeah.
I
Look
think
how shiny the
Oh,
metal
it
is on
it
that phaser.
It is double chain, thank God, because that's the parts I got.
Look how
Wow.
non-yellow those phasers are.
Oh, the ones on my Infinity were yellows. I don't know what. They were like, oh.
Is that not? Look at that chain.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they said these are only tight as can be because these just don't wear, but I got new ones anyway.
These can be removed.
New what? New time machine?
There's just 2 bolts holding them.
Yeah.
Those can be popped off anytime we want to pop them off. Now we just got to get the other one off. Same way.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, yeah. That shouldn't move at all. That tensioner's got to be.
Look at this.
Hey, good picture. Send that to Bill. Whoa, what is that?
That's Infinity.
That's your Infinity?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think
Ouch.
they did proper oil changes on that? Compared to this with 300,000?
Because it's not supposed to look like this.
You
right?
made fun of my oil cocktail.
It's not.
And my John Deere booster.
Yeah. But
This is what happens when you run John Deere turf guard oil through your engine.
Wow.
No.
Wait, what? Wait.
I just had a quart of that laying around and I wasn't using it, so I put it in.
I put some seafoam in my edge before.
Here, let me get
Engine.
a picture.
Okay, but now look. I don't see any milky substance there at all.
Yeah.
That just looks clean as can
But,
be.
like I said, we're talking water and parts per million.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Now, when we put this back together, we got to
Look at
put a little bit of the RTV right here.
Yep.
Why do you do this?
Yeah, that's a leak point.
That's a leak point, and down here's a leak point.
Yeah.
You can see where I put it in last time.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah.
Because I changed this valve cover out.
There's some areas in the front of the timing chain cover when you reassemble it. You have to do that too.
Yeah, but these are this is where it meets up, right here, and there's a chance for leakage.
Yep,
So I just did
exactly.
it there, and
Yeah.
just a little dab will do ya.
Yeah.
I might do a live to show them the first part of it. All right, valve cover came right on off, and folks, this is a 300,000 mile phaser. I don't know if you can see that well, but if we look at the metal, look at that, folks. That is 300,000 miles of good oil changes. This is a 330,000 mile engine, and that's what the phasers look like. So I bet you anything, underneath that timing cover, we're going to have bright, shiny metal on a 330,000 mile Duratec 3.5.
Now, I will say this paint doesn't feel horrible. It's just swirly.
It's a used car, Antonio.
That looks good,
brand
Bill.
new.
That really looks nice.
That looks just like it when I took the valve cover off.
But I don't see anything that's milky.
So when you took it off, did you
there
clean
can't be much in
anything?
there.
I think that it was mostly just from the water in there. I think that caused a little bit of extra. And those parts per million, we're talking what, they're under 80?
It was not much.
And you did an oil change, right?
It was just coming up on, I think, had I just done it or coming up on it?
But you did one in between since I.
Oh yeah,
Told it to you, right?
I've probably done two.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
So I
every
think
3,000.
I think the water is what did it. I think that little bit of coolant shaved off a little bit of metal. That's all it was.
Wait, how does water shave off a metal?
Because it's not a lubricant.
What?
Water is not a lubricant.
But it's water.
Yeah, water is not a lubricant.
You don't put water in your oil.
No.
You don't put water in your block.
A little bit of water
You
ain't
put
gonna
oil
hurt.
in.
And a little bit of water is going to destroy it.
What?
We had high metal wear, and all it did was test for positive. It didn't even have a level of coolant in it. The oil test said positive. That's all it said. So it was barely detectable. Wow. When they say positive, it's because they couldn't get a measurable amount, but it's there.
And that was enough to do.
And they don't take much. That's why you
You're
see
right,
people.
Those lobes look brand. I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's why.
This is a 500,000 mile engine.
It is. Yeah, you don't see any center wear. Nothing's worn off the tops. And we do have to turn it though, because those have to be squared up to use those locks.
Yeah, we'll get them off and then see if we can't turn it to get
Yeah.
the timing marks where we need them to
So
be.
that's
Yeah.
why it's
Then we'll lock it down with the cam locks so that we're certain where we got to be. So
that's why people need engine replacement.
I'll do a Facebook Live once we get the other valve cover off. And
Sure.
Start doing that. Come on. Come to daddy.
Oh, man. Oh, Lord.
You gotta talk to him.
Not like that.
You don't talk to him that way?
I'd be like, come on, you slow son.
Well, there's
some of those are a little, yeah, kind of hard to
there's something back.
access.
I'm short. That's all there is to it. Whoops.
Oh,
The little one's got to come off.
One.
The little one there's got to come off.
There's one right back here.
There, see it?
Am I getting close? I ain't even anywhere near it, am I?
Oh, almost on it. Oh, yeah, no, you're beside it. Now, okay, you're on it, you can square it out. There you go.
They coming up.
Yeah, there's floppy. And then,
There's one right there, isn't there?
that's one you got. Okay, there's one. Can you see what's the light here?
Right there?
There, yep, but you're not on it quite. You gotta go this, nope, you're next to it. Pick it up, bring
Right.
it toward you. No.
There?
You're here, next to it. Let's see. Right. Oh, mirrors are great here. Now, if you square it up, you got it. Hey, go tight. There you go.
I had to give it a little bit of.
Okay.
There, it's
that
done.
one's real loose. Okay. And next one.
There's another one someplace.
Now, next one's a little bitty one. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Right next to it, though, you can get that one. That's.
Okay, this is the VCT, exhaust VCT, on a 330,000 mile Duratec. Now, if you guys look at this, I'm going to show you something. We'll lay it right down here. Watch this. Check that out. That is coated on there. That is metal, folks. That is built up metal on the screens on this VCT. So, yep, got a lot of wear on her. But it is original. 330,000 miles of built up metal wear. You can't stop it. You can only manage how fast it happens. Good thing we got new ones. Well, here's what we did. We took the fans out in order to gain more room so we can move the engine around a little bit more. And we have dropped it down so it's nice and close again. But we need to do that because we're trying to get this harmonic balancer off, and we needed more room to bring it down. We still may bring it down further to get a lock on it. And then we'll get that off of there. We already started loosening the bolts on the timing cover, and we have taken the oil parts out because in order to put the brackets on for the cam locks, we have to have the oilers off. So we took those off and we got that all taken care of there now. We still haven't gotten the cover off or anything like that, but as you can see, we're making headway. We got the VCTs off, and I've already shown you what those look like. And we're pretty much getting there. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty as far as getting this timing cover off here eventually. Once we get the harmonic balancer off, we have to then look down and see if the alternator and the AC compressor are in the way, along with the power steering pump. We'll have to see if it's connected to that and then release that also. We've already cut the belt on it because we're replacing the belt anyway, but right now this is where we stand as far as the water pump goes, and we'll keep you updated as far as what we're doing. And then once we get to some of the other parts, removing bolts, I'll start recording some of that. Right now we're just trying to get to the point of doing that, and it takes a little bit of effort to get those pullers on there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The right puller.
You got to have the right puller for this job, and then you got to adjust it and play with it to get it on there. So once we can get that thing, once we get it hooked up like it's going to come off, I'll come back and we'll show how we're doing that. Yeah, they ain't lining up, is it?
No, it didn't have a centering thing on it.
Alrighty. Well, we're having a hard time getting this harmonic balancer off. Don't worry about the light here, it's LED. But yes, hit it with a hammer and I sort of broke that off. Not a biggie at this point, but we're trying not to damage it. But our wheel pullers are not the right type. We're having to go back here, and we're just not getting a good bite on it. We need to be in the middle, and ours aren't working. So we're sort of stuck at this point in trying to get this thing off of here. And once we get that done, then we can start pulling some of the other things off of here. But we got to get this off of here first. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully we can figure it out. It's coming.
It came. In fact, it came, I think, to the bolt.
Take the bolt off and
loosen the bolt some more, and that'll buy us. Pull it up some more. This must be nice and come out now. Let's see.
Is it the same size as this one? Nope.
That was different. Let's have that socket here.
Is it down there?
I'll do this. Yeah, it did.
It came out.
Yeah.
Just comes down to having the right puller. I wonder if that thing will come out. Nope. Gonna need to pull the bolt out just a little bit more.
It's also hot.
See how far it'll go in. A few threads. Try it again. Looks like going on the inside with the small puller is going to be the answer. Let's see what we do again. I think we're getting there though. That bolt's probably tight again, isn't it? 100th try is a charm, right? This is for lunch, folks. If we get this, we get lunch.
Yeah.
If we don't get it, we don't get lunch.
Sorry, Antonio. Pay dirt.
Look at that. Folks, use the inside puller on this. Get this mother lover off of here. See, kindergarten yet. Holy cow. 300,000 miles that sucker's been on there. Yeah. Don't drop it on my fingers. Yeehaw!
Well,
look at that. Seal's in good shape too. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know.
how it'll do after we heated it so hot, but I think I have a new seal for it anyway.
So, anyway.
Excellent.
I don't think it's damaged.
Yeah, about 300,000 miles on it.
Got a new one for it?
I do.
All right. Anyway, now we got to go to lunch, but we have a whole lot of other work to do. We got a power steering pump and some other stuff we probably got to remove. But this so far has been the toughest one. Oh, there's Antonio. Holy cow.
Thank you for watching MacT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.